When I first visited the Light Project in Indonesia with my husband and the rest of Brittney, everything in my life changed. Growing up, I always felt the call to foreign missions. Every summer, I was in some different country seeking to find people who had not yet heard about the life-changing love of Jesus Christ. After Bill and I married, the Light Project immediately became that confirmation to me that what I had been feeling in my heart for so long about foreign missions was all in God's plan to lead me towards the Light Project. This past year, when we returned to Indonesia, we were invited by a group of believers to come and fellowship with them in the deep Sundanese mountains. Once we arrived, we gathered together in a very small one-room house, and over 30 people from the Sundanese tribe walked for hours just to come and share with us of how they found Jesus. They shared with us of how their culture rejects the love of Jesus and how they and their children were rejected by their community because of their faith. What was so amazing to me about these people is that they have lost everything the world has to offer them. But they still say Jesus is all they need. And it's true, Jesus is all we need. After all of the Sundanese people were finished sharing with us about their testimonies, they eagerly wanted to hear my story of how I fell in love with Jesus. When I first thought of my testimony, I felt embarrassed. Here I was amongst all of these radical people who risk their lives every day to serve Jesus. And I was a pastor's kid who had known Jesus my entire life. I remember looking into their deep, beautiful brown eyes and seeing their hunger for God's truth. So I told them my story. I shared with them of how my parents introduced me to Jesus and how I have continued experiencing His love and His grace through every season of my life. And they asked me, they said, "Brittney, what is it like to have known Jesus your entire life?" It was then that I realized that everyone has their own story. And through that story, we are able to lift up and encourage one another in the beauty of our differences. The Light Project is continuing to flourish because of the way the Lord has used so many of you to pray for the Light Project, for donating your time and your money, and for buying Brittney merchandise that immediately sends 10% of your purchase to the Light Project. Because of your obedience to the Lord, I was able to experience God's love through the Light Project. Terima kasih dan Tuhan memberkati. Thank you and God bless you.